than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created and formed by and is owned by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. And why do we call him Coach? Because that's what he is to us. He helps us to navigate the muddy waters of everything investing, whether it's day trading, swing trading, long term investing, dividend reinvesting, investing for retirement, you name it. If it can be traded or invested in, Coach educates us on how to do that. And we are here each and every day, 3 times a day, live. Coach is live from 9 to 11 Eastern Time. And I'm live here each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Aftermarket Show over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So I welcome you all here today. If this is your first time with us today, welcome, first of all. And if you'd be so kind to click subscribe. And after you do that, if you would share this live feed, that also would be greatly appreciated. And click notifications so that you don't miss any of our future feeds that we have. Speaking of this feed, at the conclusion of this feed or any of our live feeds, you can go watch the replay over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, and you can watch them at your leisure. So if you can't make it for the day, have no fear. You can go watch the replay. So one of the things that we are here, or what we are an educational company. Been in business for over 4.5 years. Coach has been live every single day, Monday through Friday, and for 2.5 years at least. So Coach has 33 years of experience in the markets and in coaching. He's been coaching his entire life. So man knows what he's talking about. How do I know what he's talking about and whether it's worthwhile? Well, I've been employing his principles, his teaching, his education for over 2 years personally. This is my full-time vocation. This is the only way that I make income, right? I'm a day trader. I'm in and out. I'm a momentum trader. Probably you could call me a scalper. However, I also employ other techniques to make money. Whatever works, I will employ that technique depending on what the market is giving me at that time. So there's more than one way to do things, and there's different types of techniques, tricks, and things that you need to know. Day trading is not an easy thing. It's very hard, actually. I've been successful because I've had American Dream Trading to educate me on how to do what I do, and I make a full-time living at it. I have a skill that I've acquired over the last 2 years that nobody could ever take away from me, right? So that's what our ultimate goal is, to give you a skill that nobody can take away from you, and also so you're not dependent on one particular person, right? If Coach goes away tomorrow, I will still be able to continue doing what I'm doing, and I still will continue doing what I'm doing um, for as long as I want to do this. Right, as long as I'm able to do this, I will. I love it. It's exciting. It's hard. I learn something new every day. I gain more experience every day. So a lot of the mistakes I made when I first started out, I don't make near as often. Do I still make mistakes? Yeah, every day. Do I break coach's rules occasionally? Yeah, pretty often sometimes, unfortunately. I hate to say that, Coach, but those things have gotten less as time has gone by. You learn, right? Especially when you break one of Coach's rules and it costs you uh, money out of your checking account, right out of your investing account. The money you lose today, you can't trade tomorrow. So you have to understand what this market is and how it works and how to get in and out of trades and understand how to read charts and read candles and employ the news that comes out and to your financial benefit. So we're welcome each and every one of you here today. Maybe you'll learn a few things today. One of the things you can do on this free outreach is if you have a question, you can ask it. You can type it right there in your little chat box. We try to do our best to answer your questions as time allows. Obviously, we can't deep dive into one subject for 2 hours, or you know what I mean. However, our paid members, we can do that. They have uh, the option of being in here as long as they want to, all day long. For those that have our VIP Gold memberships, we start training and trading at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, clear up through 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And our VIP Gold members even have Saturday trading. So we're always doing something here at American Dream Trading. We're here at least a minimum of training 6 days a week. And if you have the VIP Gold, you get up to 60 hours of live training in our live Zoom room where you have access to an open mic and they can ask questions anytime. And we also have a Zoom also provides a live chat box where they can type in their questions or comments if that's how they want to do it. But either way, they have multiple ways of communicating. And we have quite a few members live in here right now. They can open their mics and say hi if they will right now. You want to say hi to the good people out there?
Hello.
Good
Hey,
afternoon.
Hello.
Welcome.
Let's go, Mark.
Hello, hello.
let's go. So that's one of the benefits. You'll hear them open their mic even during this live broadcast. They can ask a question just the same, right? So anyway, thanks everybody for being here. I see there's already questions come in. What you see on my screen presently is, well, it's a combination of things actually, but it's my main thing, my chart here is TradingView. It's an independent software that's used for charting. It's probably one of the most widely used charting programs in the world outside of a broker's software. It's an alternative. It's a subscription-based model. Has nothing to do with AmericanDreamTrading.com, and you can go check it out over at TradingView.com. They have different subscription packages. To get started, you only need the lowest cost one there. I have the upper package myself just because as a moderator, I'm sharing my screen and I like to have a lot more things open on my screen than I normally would have. So one of our paid members and one of our moderators, Doug, has a question. Doug.
Hey, we've got a few people over on Tickety Talk, or I'm sorry, YouTube, that are asking some questions. One is, what's the best membership? The other one is a little bit of info on how to read the L2. And then Mazda is looking for an options trade, but we don't really do options in future currently. I mean, we have the ability, but we're not training to it yet.
Yeah. Last question first, Mazda. Yes, we're concentrating on futures this time of the day. But yes, I traded nothing but stock options for a long time. I enjoy it. But however, since I've come into futures, I haven't traded a stocks option. Geez, 2-3 months at least. But yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, that's not the focus of this here. That's a whole total different investment set there. It's not that I can't answer your question. I just would prefer to focus on futures. So let's see, back up to that. Let's see, where did I just see that? You want to purchase a membership, but I don't know which one to pick. Well, first of all, if you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, you'll see all our different membership packages. They're big boy over on YouTube live chat. If you ask me which one would be the best to start, if you have the time to do it, would be the VIP Gold. That offers you practically all the training. It'll get you in there for 12 hours a day. Again, it's the different membership levels come with different, price packaging. So the best thing is for you is to know what you can afford to spend. So we don't want you going into debt, right? However, the VIP Gold offers the most overall in one package. Okay. Now we do also have cryptos and we also have this here like the futures. Those are separate memberships. But the VIP Golds will get you the most bang for your buck overall, get you the most training. It will get you in the Zoom room starting at 4 a.m. if you so desire till 4 p.m. I would highly recommend that. Now you go with the premium, the lower package. That will get you not in. It won't get you any Saturday training. It won't get you into the VIP rooms at 4 a.m. But you can get in on the live Zoom starting at 8:45 in the morning. So you give up, a good 4 hours of possible training. So, but if somebody had to ask me which one, I would say VIP Gold. But you have to fit that into your budget. You go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and take a look at those membership packages. First thing you should do, if you haven't already, is go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get our free Discord. Because when you do that, you can get in there and you can get into our stock lounge in there and interact with other members. You can go in there and ask questions. You can discuss trades. You can do anything you want. It's investment related. And that's a good place. Plus, there's discounts in there for different things. There's even a Trading View discount. There's free educational materials in there, such as videos and documents. It's a good place to go just to kick the tires, if nothing else. So go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll down on the landing page a little bit. You'll see there our free Discord. And right there, right below that, if you click that Show More button, it'll show all the different membership packages that we have and what's included in each one, all on one page. So check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. The other question was, any info how to read the L2 candlestick, Johnny asked. Yes, that's a whole educational thing in its own. It takes, and again, it depends on how fast everybody learns at a different pace. But I always tell everybody, I know it took me a good 3 weeks of staring at the L2, getting screen time, if you want to call it that, to see how the L2 works. Is the order book. What the L2 is, he's referring to is this box over here in the top right hand of your screen that you see. It's an order book. What this is shows you orders that have been placed but have not been executed. And as such, this changes constantly. Okay. And people can move their orders around, up, down. They can add to them. They can cancel them altogether and they'll disappear. But they haven't been executed. But it shows you where people kind of are sitting at and what type of price they want to pay for the contract, or even stocks or stock options, right? It'll show you those there. Again, it changes every second. And it looks like, especially if you come over to the indices, like the S&P 500, or on my screen, I have up the Russell right now. It's kind of confusing when you first start watching it, but once you do, man, it's just like it opens up a whole new world for you. It's just kind of an extra tool in your tool belt. Do you have to have this? No, you don't have to have it. I didn't use it for the first full year that I was with a American Dream Trading, but once I had it, I'm glad I understand it now, because I make considerably a lot more money now that I understand this, and I actually have this tool in my tool belt that I use every single day. Not required, but it does help me in making trading decisions. So I can't really, I'd have to spend it. Basically, what I'm watching, if I'm shorting one, I'll watch these numbers at the bottom, just looking for a big number in relative to the other ones. That'll show, we call that a wall. It'll want to pull down like a magnet to where those big orders, because people will see that. Why would I want to pay, in this case, $201 when I come down here and get in with these folks down here and pay $200, right? Save money that way. Same way on the seller's side, which would be the ask in its oversimplified form, because you can buy on the ask, you can sell on the bid. But generally, it's oversimplified. The green side's the buyers, the red side's the sellers. Okay, again, that's oversimplifying it. The same way here, if I see there's a big group of people down here at 201, why do I want to sell at 200 when I can go down here, pull my order, and come down and join with these people? And then because that's going to act like a magnet and pull to that. So that's how I kind of use that. That's really a simplified version of that. It's a 1-minute version, but it takes a while to train your brain to see what all this stuff that's going on here. It's really confusing. It looks like a slot machine, just everything's spinning and you're trying to make heads or tails of it. And especially in the indices where you have a high volume, these numbers move around a lot. See, like right here on the ES, there's a see that big order there? So I would pay attention. That shows that may act as a magnet and pull down to that 35 level, that 60-35, which would be right in here, right? So this is wanting to pull down, and what so happens to be there right now, that's where the 200 is right now, the 200 MA. So this wants to pull down right here above this green line there on my chart. As you can see, that's what's happening right now. See that? They know where that 200 is at, so they're willing to jump in there right now. But that will change. You stand here and stare at this, you'll see how it changes. Now, what happens is it may never touch the 35. The people 1 or 2 points up above it will jump out before it actually gets there because they know people might want to start buying in down here, and it could very well go back up the other way, right? People start jumping in. So that's how we use that. I'm not looking, the numbers don't matter, doesn't matter whether it's 50 or 500 or 5,000, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for a wall in relative that's larger and relative to all the other ones it's on. And obviously you can see how that 147 stands out, right? When the other ones were in the 30s and 40s and 60s. So right there it is coming down to it. Those people jumped in now, so you can see how these other orders that weren't there before are jumping in, right? Here's that 35. As these orders up above fill, this will move up, and you don't be surprised if this 35 disappears all of a sudden, and people want to pull it down even further. Now, the one thing that might stop it here is the 200 MA, and you have VWAP down here too. So it'll probably pause on the 200 MA indicator because why? That's probably like the number 2 strongest indicator, right? So it may pause. As you can see, it is pausing there. Right? Everybody in the world knows that line's there. Same way they know VWAP. VWAP is the number 1 indicator to use. So I can use this to trade with, right? I can see if these numbers are pulling down, I can go into a short, right? And I can just jump in there if I wanted to, right? Now I'm down at a previous day low, right? So I can jump in here. Again, I have a stop loss in case this reverses. I can go down here. Right now, it broke through that critical level. What I really want to see is it break below VWAP, which is the basically 60-31. So I want to see these numbers at the bottom decrease. Okay, so as long as these numbers here get smaller, I know this wants to pull down that way. See how these numbers are starting to build up down here? Again, now the bad thing about this is that somebody can come in here at any given second, and it happens all the time. They'll start throwing a bunch of orders in there, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm going to get it right now because it's on sale." So I keep my finger on the button. You saw I was up, whatever, a couple $100 there or whatever it was at the time. But you got to keep a stop loss in case this pulls back. So I have a stop loss here. If this pulls back, it will limit my downside. So you can see right here, I bought 5 contracts that I'm shorting. So I'm watching this 32 here. I want to see this number get less. I want to see 31s. I want to see 30s. Here it is. Look at that pull. See, there's that big order acting like a magnet down here. These 31s. Wants to come down to that 31 level, which is down around here, which is right where our VWAP. This will be my next test. I'm up $500 right now. I can take my profit. Now I'm up 600. Right now, if it breaks and holds here, it'll pull even further. People once it breaks below that. I'm up $800 right now. All right. So if this pauses, I'll take my profit. Boom. I locked in. Missed the button. Locked in 500. That's why I don't like using that button. See how they did that? So when this starts, if it pauses or pulls back or bounces off. So what I want to see now, what will happen here, it can bounce off VWAP or it can break and hold below it, right? So I'm watching at this 60-31 level. I can see now I'm seeing 29s down here. Okay. So here's my stop. Always trade with a stop. That way, if you make a poor decision, and again, I'm talking while I'm doing this. It's not really focused like I would be trading on my own, but it doesn't matter. By the way, this is a paper trading account. This is not real money. I never use my real account while I'm training others. So you know, so don't feel bad if you see me lose money here. It's not real, nor am I making real money. So I'm watching down here the 29.75. There's 60.30 right now. That would be right here. I can pop a line there if I want to. As you can see, that wick touched that. So it's got to break through that before it can go down. The danger of VWAP is it can bounce off VWAP and go the other way. Now, the other thing that makes this a little weaker right now is it's trapped between the 200 and VWAP. So it can bounce. Plus, I have my previous day low here. So there's a whole confluence of indicators here. But it is in a downward trend. So I'm going to sit here and be patient, see what happens, right? See if I'm going to make some money on this. If not, I'll get out of the trade. I want to see these numbers over here drop. That 60.30 is still holding pretty tight, which is where this white line's at. If it breaks below that, then it'll want to feed. Now I'm seeing 27. See, watch these numbers over here, folks. As long as these decrease, it's going to want to pull down. Now I'm up $250, right? So sit here now, I'm up 300. I'm watching these numbers here. As long as these continue to decrease, plus I'm watching my chart. So there's a lot of things going on, and I'm talking to you. So I'm really distracted. There's $500. I'm up right there. 562, 625. This is what we do all day long. We sit here and do things like this, right? If it pauses, I'll take my profits. I'll lock in. It ain't profit till you take it. There, I locked in $437 profit. All right. This is what I do in real life with real money with my real account. So now I'm still watching. See this 28 here. It's still acting like it wants to, but it's pausing right now. So I'm going to wait here. All the numbers kind of leveled out now. They're all kind of the same. There's no giant wall that wants to suck it down lower. So I'm going to sit here and wait a little bit. This is kind of evened out. And these are decisions you make instantaneously once you learn what all this stuff's saying. Now, is every trade successful even though I have all this information? No. I make poor decisions, or I get in too late and chase a candle, which you should never, ever do, right? So, right now, that 60.30 is kind of a good level. It's staying underneath that, and I'm seeing 27s. I'd like to see some 26s here, but you can see it's fighting at this level. As long as it stays under VWAP, I'm okay, right? Because that's the number one strongest indicator. That's a volume weighted average price indicator. So not only takes in the candles, it takes in the average volume, which is your volume candles down here. And then it draws that trend line. Very strong indicator. Coach says it all the time. If I can only have one indicator on my chart, it would be VWAP. That's how powerful that is. So I'm going to sit here and be patient a little bit. I'm not seeing a huge wall. All these contracts are about the same size. So this could go either way. So I'm going to just be patient. See if this breaks above VWAP, I can jump in and play it above there. If it breaks and holds, play it up to the 200 because that'll be another point of resistance up here. So yes, can I make money on this right now? Quick in and out? Yep, I sure could. But I kind of like to wait for setups. I like to be a little bit more patient so I don't get my face ripped off. Right now, there's just kind of in other words, I'm waiting for a good setup. It's not that I couldn't make money. I could have made a lot of money right there. But it's hugging VWAP. That's not a good thing to do when you're at VWAP, hugging it because it can go either way. Now I got to break and hold above it. So can I do a quick scalp up above? Well, I could, but I want to see it break and hold above this. And there's my 9. I want to see it get above that before I would reverse my position and go long. But the things that we just fought to get through to get down here, now I got to fight to get back up through. Okay. So in real life here, I would, even though I could jump in here because it's not real, but I try to, when I'm paper trading, to play it just like it was real money. That's the attitude you have to have. I get upset when I lose money when I'm paper trading. If I'm trying something out, trying to learn something. If I've traded something I've never traded before, I'll paper trade it for a while, a day or two or a week, whatever, right? Let's say I never traded gasoline before, so I'll paper trade that, right? So right there. So I'm sitting here, it's just stuck in between that, so we'll be patient. I'll wait for a breakout there. If it doesn't break out, then I'll move out. But see how the numbers are just kind of, that initial fight's over with. Nobody's made a major decision one way or the other. Now I got a 33 here starting to build up on the seller side, so that may want to pull it up to that 34 level, which would be where that yellow line's at. That's dash line. So they want to sell off at that area. That's even changed already. So I'm going to see what happens right here. Yeah, there's no that 34 is, which is the wick. You can see the wick touched it, right? They went right up there and sold off. So you can jump in here, and if you don't do it right, this thing they'll sell off at these critical levels, and then you'll get your face ripped off and end up with a negative trade. So you got to be patient. Warren Buffett famously says this market takes away from the impatient and gives it to the patient. Just remember, when you win a trade, somebody else lost. Somebody had to sell for you to buy, and vice versa. They had to sell so you could buy, or buy so you could sell. So you want to try to not give your money away to somebody else, because that's what happens. It's transferring hands. So see how this is just kind of hovering in there right now? Okay, now I got a big wall here at 60.30 again. That's back down to my white line. It wants to pull back down to there. The only problem I have is this VWAP's in between them there. So could I go ahead and jump in that now and hope it comes down there? Yeah, I could, but that's called hopium. You don't want to trade on hopium, right? Don't hopium nothing. Wait for a definitive setup that you like based on your criteria and play that. Don't compromise your entry criteria. As you can see, VWAP is more powerful than what this big order was there at the 60.30. That's why I didn't jump in. I want to see it get back below, break and hold below VWAP, and hopefully hit that 60.30. And if it does, I'm going to glance at my L2 real quick. See the 60.30 still holding there, that 100 contracts. I want to see it because this is such a powerful indicator. I want to wait for a break and hold. And what do I mean by break and hold? I want to see not only it would be like this, but the inverse. You got one candle there, and then you have another candle forms on the shoulder, which may give you some indication that it wants to go that way. Again, nothing's guaranteed, right? So I have a break error below the 9, but until I get to that 60.30, because it's so close to VWAP, I'm not going to jump in this yet. Am I missing out on money? Yeah, quick scalper. Yeah, you can get in and out. If you got quick reflexes, right? It's easier said than done. So you can see how they're sitting there tight still. Again, so basically I'm sitting here waiting. Sometimes day trading is not so much jumping in and out all the time. Sometimes it's just sitting there waiting and being patient. Now I'm seeing 28s. That's a good thing. Over here, the numbers are decreasing, telling me it wants to pull down here to 28s, which would be down here at that line. I want to wait on a break and hold below this white line that I have on my chart. That's a level that I have there. So before I want to see this, I want to see another candle down here before I even think about jumping into this trade. Because the candles breathe. They jump around, right? So we'll sit here and watch this. And Prima says, sell it. Yep, I do. I don't stay in very long. How long? Landon over there on TikTok says, how long have I been trading? For a little over 2 years on day trading. So, and I love it. Joined American Dream Trading a little over 2 years ago, and have never looked back since. Again, it wasn't an easy journey to start with, but once I went in whole hog and tried to grab as much information as I could and apply it, follow coach's rules. And yes, I was successful my first. I actually started it in the month of January, so I just has finished my 2 full years and been successful the last 2 full years. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money, right? So you're not always going to have what we call green trades. In other words, you make money, right? You'll have red trades, losing money. It's part of it. I had red trades today. I always have. I have red trades every day. I haven't had a red day in forever. I can't tell you the last. Well, I could if I look it up, but I can't tell you the last time I had a red trade. It's been a long time. A red day. It's been a long time. But I used to have red days all the time. So, but that's because I've been here doing this for 2 years, right? I'm not the world's greatest trader. I'm not trying to imply that, right? But I do have more experience, and if I use that experience and wisdom that I've accumulated over the last 2 years, hopefully I can use that to benefit me financially, and it has. Matter of fact, I'm off to a extremely good year this year. My profits have increased exponentially. Let's put it that way. And a lot of that. See that's why I didn't jump in there. I didn't have that break and hold, right? Now, if this break and holds above this 9, and even the 21. I really want to see this. It's kind of trapped, right? It's kind of in a funky place. It's just kind of trapped here. What's a Russell doing? Russell's kind of, the Russell's the same way. There's a 200, it's almost identical. It's trapped between the 200 and VWAP down here. So we'll watch this one, see what happens if this wants to break out or not. I still have it. It's still, the trend is still to the downside, okay? Even though it's trying to push up. The trend is your friend. If you try to go against the trend, then, woe unto you. If you go against the trend is all I can say. Now, I do quick scalps against the trend all the time, like this here. I could have jumped in there, but I won't because it's not meet my criteria. I want to see this here. If it's going to go up, I want to see it break there. The only problem I have is this 200 MA and the 55 are right there together. That'll be another barrier, but I could, if things go with the volume, I could play in between there and make money, right? So these are things you just have to evaluate. Right now, you can see it's just kind of channeling here, right? If I scroll across, let's see here, between this white line and the dotted line, see how all these price hung out there? They're kind of blew through, If I go, this is on a 1-minute chart, it'd take me forever to scroll back, but it gets in these, what they call channels, and just kind of hangs out. They're comfortable there. People know it. And you could trade this also. I could trade from here to here and from there down to here. That's called channel trading. A little bit harder, but it can be done. It's just this channel kind of really stinks because now I got the VWAP and the 9, now the 21's down in there. It's kind of in a really kind of ugly spot, quite honest with you. So I'll see if it wants to break above this. If I can get past this 200 up here, that would be a beautiful, I'd be a more confident entry. And I can wait till that time. So where do I got a wall at? I got it up to the 35.25s, which is clear up here, right before. See what they're doing? They're looking up here. So do I want to jump in here like that now? Right? It hasn't really broken hold. I jump in too soon because it hasn't broken hold above here. This could very easily retract the other way. See, there's my stop loss. I always have a stop. I always have big stops, and then I adjust them accordingly. I can slide them up, right? And I decide where I want it. So I'll keep this rate just a hair below VWAP. That'll give me a little bit of time in case I get a massive pull. And that's what stops there are designed to do in case it be a giant candle would pull. This would limit my downside. So now I'm up. I'll keep my finger here. I'm worried about the 55 and the 200, more of the 200 than I am the 55. But since they're there together, right? I could jump in there. There I'm up $312, right? I'm taking it. Pause. See that? Locked in 250. I think that said. And it pauses. I bake my profits because I can re-enter. That's the beauty of futures trading, is that I can get in and out of trades all day long. I just locked in. You see me lock in all those other ones, right? By being patient, waiting for that break above, because it could have easily actually got in too soon, but that's okay. I got lucky, right? I always want to see a break and hold one candle on top of the other one, right? Would I jump in here now? No, because I have the 200. There's actually two of them here, the 55 and the 200 MA indicators right there. Plus, I have a historical level right here. So if it's up to me, I actually want to even give up this profit, wait till it gets here. Then I got nothing really other than individual levels to stop the upswing if it goes that way. Again, there's no guarantees it will, but I don't have any of these strong indicators that we use. These indicators are just simply trend lines, historical trend lines. So I would rather wait and be patient, because I could jump in this now and it could come right here up to this and reject real quick and be a big sell off. So I want to be patient. See how that works? So it's not all, it's like anything else. Sometimes there's a lot of sitting and waiting for the setups. Or I could just say the heck with it because I don't like where it's at right now. I could even set an alert here to let me know if it breaks above here, and it'll beep in my ears and I can come back, right? I can go right here and bang, set an alert, add an alert. There, now I got an alert. It'll beep in my ear, my headset here. If it gets up that way, I can switch right back real quick. Now let's see what the Russell's doing. I got an alert there. If it gets, I have that back away. I set my alert before it gets to this line. Okay. So that way, if it beeps, I'll look and then see if it's going to break and hold above that. I'll come back to it. think about alerts. If you don't cancel them after you're done using them, then you're going to have nothing but a bunch of beeps in your head, and you're going to wonder what the heck one's it referring to. That'll drive you nuts, believe me. Been there, done that. All right, let me see your real questions real quick. I'll leave this up. I'll just watch it visually. Let's go over to TikTok. Buy, test the stock. Yeah, whatever, Primo. Do your own research. I already answered Landon's. Ethan says, hey, stupid question. Number one, there is no stupid questions. I know that's a thing people say, but it's the honest truth here. You can ask anything you want relating to trading. Does the paper trading mechanism on Webull react with the real market? Yes, it does. However, it's lacking in, you get filled at, just like when you click the button, you do get filled. There's a pause there, though. It's little less than desirable visually. It will fill your order in paper trading like a real trade, but the buttons, the way things pop up are a little slow, a little laggy. Same way when you sell it, it will sell whenever you click the button, but like, here, what I'm talking about, like these here, right? It'll show where you bought. Again, don't worry about me losing money. This is paper trading. Here on TradingView, if I close that order, or let's say I got a stop loss, let me slide this up, see if I get stopped out. It may stop you out, and it just takes a few seconds in Webull for that to disappear. So then you're wondering, did it fill or did it stop me or not? It did. It just doesn't disappear right away. Here on TradingView, now I have my Webull account connected to this. See that? Boom. You see how fast that took off when it hit that stop, right? That is not the experience with the Webull. Even though it stops you out, it takes a few seconds to show up. So that's our only complaint about it. It works. It's just visually, it's a little. Sometimes you wonder, right? So hopefully that answered your question. Frankie's in Costa Rica. Have fun down there, buddy. Get a suntan for me. Hopefully you're down there with your beautiful wife. I'm sure she wouldn't let you go to Costa Rica without her. Good for you, buddy. Frankie is a paid member, very successful, and he's traveling. And he can even trade in Costa Rica. Obviously, he has internet because he's here on our TikTok. Have a great time, Frankie. Make sure you trade so everywhere you go, that way you can say you did, right? I'm sure you are anyway. That's one of the beauties, by the way, of doing this type of vocation, if you want to call it that. I do, because this is my full-time vocation. Is no matter where you're at in the world, as long as you have an internet connection, you can trade. I can jump on a plane and, fly to Ukraine if I want to. Not that I'd want to go there now, but they got internet. I could trade there, right? I mentioned it a couple times. One of our members, him and his wife, took a trip to Paris, and his goal when he got over there was to sit underneath the Eiffel Tower and trade and make money sitting under the Eiffel Tower. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he said he made like $11,000 or $12,000 sitting under the Eiffel Tower. Why? Just because he could, and that was just a goal, and that's what he did. And I've traded on every time I go on vacation or go out of town. I trade. Why? Well, it aggravates my wife for one thing, but just so I can say I did. Every time I go anywhere, if I go to a hospital, I'm sitting around, I'll trade, right? So use your downtime to trade. Any place you got an internet connection, you can trade on your cell phone, laptop, tablet, however you want to do it, right? It's wonderful. And I do it because I can. Matter of fact, not my last trip before that, I actually made more money than what the trip cost me. That's why I was there. I got up every morning. I traded for an hour or two or whatever, and it ended up being almost like you might well consider a free vacation because I made enough money during that. I think we was there 5 days or something like that, and every day I got up and traded and made money, and ended up having a free vacation. And around, I mean, still had to pay for it, but The money I made while I was there was a wash. Does that mean results guaranteed? Nope, not at all. Just did. That's good to see everybody over there on TikTok. Make sure you smash them like buttons. Let's get them likes over there on TikTok. I didn't give you a goal today. Let's shoot for 10,000 today. You guys have been hitting 9 easily. Let's smack them buttons around, smash them buttons, and take a look. Okay, what else? Make sure that you also subscribe, right? And also, if you're just watching our feed on TikTok and TikTok only, always have a backup plan. Go over to YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, one of them, right? X. Sign up for an alternate account, American Dream Trading. That way you have a backup in case something happens to TikTok or same thing and on the other ones. YouTube, go over to TikTok, sign up for an account or Facebook, whatever ones you want to use. Have an alternate. Hair Sandy Braids USA, do you have a signal group? We are not a signal group. We are not a call out group. We do not do that. We do not do that. We are an education company. We want to teach you to how to do this so that you develop your own skill that nobody can take away from you. You know, you go to these call out groups. What happens when they shut down, they disappear, decide they don't want to do it? Well, now you don't know what to do you? Now you're kind of left, oh my gosh, that guy's not there calling out buy XYZ, sell XYZ, right? So you have no skill. We want to teach you how to do it. Like I say, if coach goes away tomorrow, I'll still be able to do this. We want you to be able to do it on your own. And it takes a while. It's not easy, right? It takes work. But you can go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and take a peek at all our membership packages if you're ready to step up your training. All right, let's check another. Matter of fact, we're getting some membership questions. There's some new people in here today. Let's take a quick, I got a little, it's about a 5-minute, I call it an infomercial. It's a little video that we've put together. Now, some of the things we got to redo it. Some of the pricing is less on some of our packages, and we've also added some benefits and stuff. But this will give you a good overall view of AmericanDreamTrading.com. Let me play this for you. This is Coach. You'll be able to see him here. So here we go.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these. So make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get, you can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
Thank you, Mods and Mitch. I just seen no audio. I had it muted again. Can't go one day. I want to answer Sleazy's question. Slizzy's question. Is there a tip jar for Coach's son? Yeah. Now, we was having a thing for them, but that's ended. But you can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and go down there where all the membership packages are listed. Get in there, and then I believe it's called I think it's called a gift card, isn't it? You can put any amount you want in there. Just make sure that you put a little notation in there for Coach's son. That way, Coach will be processing it anyway for that type of thing. He'll make sure his son gets it, but just put it on there. That way, Coach don't think you was tipping him. If you don't put something in there, he won't know, right? So make sure you put that in there. that it's for Coach. Yes, I didn't unmute my mic again. Can't go one broadcast without doing that, I don't think. Thank you for everybody. All the regulars that come in here every day. Now they've learned Mark doesn't unmute his mic a lot of times. They're just sitting there waiting. I got about 15 people saying, "Hey, can't hear you." So I appreciate it. And I didn't even notice. So thank you. Right. So let's see here. There was something else. JC over on YouTube live chat. Do we get a shorting button with only having a futures cash account in Webull? Or in other words, is it different than stock shorting margins? Well, trading in futures is on a margin account, and it works exactly the same way as it would if you were shorting stocks. If you're approved for a margin account to trade stocks or stock options, you get the same thing. You would just click the sell button. That's how you short. It's called shorting. Is you're selling. Okay. So when I want to short something, I click the sell button. That's shorting. So yes, in the same regards, they're both margin accounts. You can buy and sell. Buy is going long. Selling is going short. Okay. Now, the difference between the margin accounts, since you asked, I know you didn't, but I'm going to add this anyway. There's a big difference between having a margin account to sell short stocks versus futures. In having a margin account with your broker on stocks and stock options, you have to keep a minimum of $25,000 in there by the end of the day, or you will get what they call a PDT flag. You'll get flagged. It's called pattern day trading. You can still trade if you're under 25,000, but you're limited to 3 round trip trades every 5 days. So now, if you're over that, if you have more than 25,000 in there at the end of each day, then that's not an issue. You trade as far as your heart desires. Over on futures, though, you do not have that limitation. You can have $100 in your margin account. You just can only trade with what you have, but you don't have that margin requirement to be able to trade futures, and that is a great thing. Everybody doesn't have 25 grand to throw into an account, right? That's what makes getting started in futures so nice. You don't have to have a high margin account. You're only limited by what your broker. Like Webull, they want 500 to open up a futures account. That's their requirement. Other brokers, I've seen brokers advertise for $100, right? Again, you can only buy with what you have in your margin account. So yeah, you can open an account for $100, but you're limited into which contracts you can trade and or how many you can trade. So anyway, I hope you're just being funny there, sleazy about the scratch tickets. Anyway, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com for more information on that. So it's broker dependent on how much you have to have in a futures account, margin account. Plus, you have to be approved to trade futures. You have to be approved to get a margin account. You will have to answer specific questions. They are looking for specific answers. And if they don't get those answers from you, they will not approve your margin account. They will not approve it. And if you keep trying to seek approval, eventually they'll just ban you altogether. So there's usually a waiting period. If you get rejected, you need to read the questions carefully. So see what they're asking you. Okay, so what else we got? Let's look here. The Russell is at a good spot if it decides it wants to pull. There's the 200. All the other indicators are to the upside of it. So the only thing barrier really keeping the Russell from dropping out and shorting, right, is to break through VWAP right here. Again, that's my strongest indicator. I want to see a break and hold. And actually, I have a level right here. So I want to see it break and hold below this level. You can see it already rejected off of it once. So I want to see a break and hold below this level before I jump into that. And that is at the 2196 level, which is right in here on the L2. So I am seeing 195s. I'd like to see some 194s pop up here. Indicate it may want to pull down 195.5. There's the break. And let's see, is it going to hold there? Oh, I missed that on, didn't I? See, you should never chase candles. There's another thing. You never do. Boom. I just locked in $125 because I chased that candle. You never chase candles. When you see that, don't get excited because this will pull back probably 50% as a general rule. A lot of times you get these big sell-offs, they'll retrace because if it drops so much, people were shorting it. They'll get rid of it, take their profit, and then the price will retract and go back up. So that's why you never chase candles, and I did that there. But you can see I capitalized on it. I didn't even think about it. I seen green, I clicked out, and got out. And as you can see, it's already retraced 50%. Right? Am I a fortune teller? No, that's what you learn through your training, American Dream Trading. All right, and through experience. You don't chase candles for that very reason. All right, so I see over here 194s. So that's down here. So basically where that wick is, it wants to pull down there now. They're testing that level. So let's see what's going to happen here. I'll take a quick chance maybe here, get in, get out, but I will put a tighter stop there. I'm up $50, down only up 25, now I'm up 75, 100. The thing pauses like that, bam, I lock it in. I just locked in $100 profit. I can keep re-entering in and out all I want. 192.8. I'd like to see here, down here, 192s. This is on the Russell. And I know it says M2K, but it's the same L2. It's the micro Russell chart, or L2, same numbers. Should actually be on the other one, just over here playing around. See, I'm like, missing out on a trade. And I'm down here. It's not a real trade, by the way, but I want to get on the right L2 here. There it is. There, numbers. Yeah, see those numbers a little bit different there. Let's see, I jumped in on that without having this up here, the right one up. Not that that matters, but it was my decision to click the mouse. But I do have a stop up here to limit my downside. 193s are down here. And that's pretty much where I got in. Now the numbers are going higher. That's not looking good for me in this trade, right? So I can wait for it to hit my stop, or I can tighten my stop up and pull the Band-Aid off. But I'm going to watch this here for a few seconds and see if these numbers start decreasing at the bottom, because I'm on a short, so I want to see the numbers drop here, right? Right now they're fighting. That's not good. There's no definitive wall that wants to pull down like a magnet here, okay? So we'll see here. I'll give it a little bit. I got a stop up here. Actually, I got my stop a little bit too tight. I should have it up here. Well, I should, so I just will move it there. Because if it comes up here, breaks above the 9, and goes through that, then I shouldn't be in the trade anyway. But I'm just going to leave it up there in case I get a sudden spike up and then pull it back down. Just give myself a little leeway. But yeah, this ain't looking too good right now. It's sitting here. They haven't decided what they want to do, whether they want to jump in and start buying, or do they want to pull it down and sell off. If it sits there too long, people get nervous and they'll start selling off. The thing you don't know is if people sitting down here waiting to buy it on sale, right? It's cheap. I'm jumping in, right? Okay. So this was a bad decision on my part. I'm going to watch, give it another here. If it's not, I'm going to get out of this trade. I'll just rip the Band-Aid off and be out $300, right? So 41. I'm looking at the last two digits here, 94.1, 94.0. If I can see some 93s, that would help me, my confidence a little bit, and I'm not seeing that. It's trying. Again, they're just down here thinking about what they want to do. Now, the other thing I don't have on here, and it's not making me happy at the moment, I don't have any lines down here. So right there is a place where it bottomed out earlier, and look at that. That's why it pulled back. See that? I'd have had a line there, I would have known that. I would have waited. I wouldn't have got into that trade because I didn't have a map there. I didn't see that. See how all these bottomed out here earlier today? And there's another set down here. All right, I can use this as a, of course, it's on a 1-minute chart, so I don't want 1,000 lines on my chart because everybody makes fun of me at AmericanDreamTrading.com when Mark gets too many lines on his chart. Because I do this stuff here. I'm just kind of mapping it out a little bit. We'll sit here and wait. See, now I'm seeing some 93s. That's encouraging. If I can start seeing some 92s, that'd be even better. 93 is where this white line's at, by the way. Just a point of reference if you can't tell looking on your screen. Okay. I'm only down 175. I'd really like to get out of this trade, but I am seeing some decrease pricing down here. I normally don't sit in a trade this long because if it ain't moving, people are getting nervous and you don't know what's going to happen. There's no direct up or no direct down buying and selling. So you see the indecision, how these candles just wicking out. They're fighting amongst themselves. They can't win, they can't lose. And it's holding at just 94. The longer it gets here, the more nervous I get, right? So, moderators, you see any questions there while I'm watching this trade? Let's see here. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that's started following and sharing the video. If this is your first time, make sure you click subscribe, okay, and share. Get the word out. Be greatly appreciated. There we go. So I'm down $350 right now on 5 contracts. Okay. So, but anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't want to sit here all day. It's not very entertaining. See what we got going over here. ES doing the same thing. By the way, never leave a trade when you're in it. That's my rule. I'm just seeing what's going on. Sometimes if this is sitting here, even though I'm losing, I'll rip the Band-Aid off and go to something that is moving, right? Making money. Generally, I don't like to lose, so I'll sit here and wait a little bit. Again, it's not looking good for me. It's still at 94. I don't see any low 93s, even though they peak there once in a while. I want to see actual 93.0 start to form down here. It's just not happening. All the contracts are all the same size, so that's not very positive for me at the moment. Oh, here we go. Now they're coming in. See the lower numbers down here, 93.4. So, and I got in like a dummy at, what did I get in at? 94.1, looks like. Or no. I got in at, number am I in at? It's all jammed together here. Spread that out. 93.5. All right, so here we go. I'm not going to mess around. Once I start seeing green, there we go. All right, you're going to break that level? If not, I'm getting out. That's a 93, 93, 93, 92. Now it's sitting there too long. There we go. I just locked. Missed a button. Doggone it. Anyway, broke even on it. Yeah, when you're old, you want bigger buttons. I could have got out of that on any of these buttons here. I just missed it when I was looking around. Anyway, basically broke even. I don't know if I might even lost a couple dollars on that one, but you can see it came right down to that 193, which is what I was looking for. Look at the wick touched it. Actually went a hair below it. But for all effective purposes, I could see that right here, right? And I seen that over here when I scroll back, right there. Look at all these touches here. So that was a bona fide level that I didn't have on my chart. And I'm going to have the same issue down here. So what I can do is I can go out to like a 4-hour chart, take a peek, scroll down here a little bit. What do I have down here? Well, there ain't a whole lot really down there in that area. At least not on a 4-hour chart. Let me scroll back a little bit real quick. See, get me some more information. You just scroll back till you get the information that you need. And there's a little one there, nothing real big. Spread this out a little bit. This is how I get levels when I don't have any. I'll scroll back, right? So that's 78. Yeah, I can put a line there. I don't know how that's going to look. Scroll back some more. See, and I'll leave it alone there for now. Back to my one chart. Set. Now I got another little couple more lines on my chart that I can use these as points of reference of evaluation, points of decision, I call them, right? Every time I approach the reason I kind of shot myself in the foot with this one, I wasn't aware that there was a level over there. I was watching the L2, but had I known before I placed that order that this was a level here, I would have hesitated doing that. But it's okay. I broke even at worst. Might have lost, like I say, might have lost a couple dollars. Good. Can I chart up XRP? No, I can't. Thanks. I'm not trading crypto. I'm trading futures, even though I can trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. We are concentrating on futures during this time. By the way, we do have crypto memberships over at AmericanDreamTrading.com. They're actively trading and training over there every day, all day long. Check it out. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Speaking of .com, how's my parrot? Is my parrot over there? One of our listeners has a parrot who's starting to mimic me, learning how to say .com. So I don't see any action. I don't see even any comments coming over there from Twitch today. You guys awake over there at Twitch? How about type something in there? Let me know you're live over there. You guys fall asleep over there? No activity. How we doing over here on YouTube for likes? I only have half the likes that I have people watching over YouTube. What's the matter? You don't like this? Give me a thumbs up, right? Smash them thumbs up over there. Can I do Pepsi? Yeah, I like Pepsi. But that's a stock chart. We're trying to concentrate on futures right now. It's not that I can't. Matter of fact, I can look at it anyhow, right? But yeah, we're concentrating on trading futures contracts, not stocks during these 2 hours. So I prefer to stay there. It's not that I can't answer stock questions. I can go over here and pull up a, Pepsi, PEP, right? Right there it is. Would I jump into Pepsi right now? I would tell you no. Why? Because right now I'm at a double top right there. Boom. See how fast I recognize that? Right? See that? And how these line up over here? Right? Bam. It's sitting there. And VWAP's up here. It's right there. It's a 200. It is above these indicators. However, it's going to be trapped by the VWAP and the 200. It's sitting on the 200. I wouldn't enter this trade personally right now. It's not that Pepsi's a bad company. It's a good company. Matter of fact, didn't they just have? No, they didn't just have earnings. Let's see. Their earnings are in 64 days. So they just had their earnings about 30 days ago. Right there, I wait for a break and hold above the 153. I'd wait till at least 153.40-ish area. But yep, that's how fast I could do that, right? I can put this on a 4-hour chart right here, go like this. I can scroll out here. I can get all my levels of support resistance as I see where all these peaks are at. Bam, right here. Right here's the top of that. I can see some activity up here, right? Down here. That's how fast I can get my levels. There's levels over here. Boom. Now I got lines on my chart for Pepsi. You can see I don't have any. Why is that? Because I'm not trading Pepsi. All right, I can go back up here, scroll up here, do the same thing. Go up here literally in seconds and see where my multiple touches are across my chart. Bam, pop some lines on there. Now I got something to help me make decisions. Now that's on a 4-hour chart. I'd actually go and maybe go to a 1 hour and break it down and do the same thing over and over 1 hour and go down however you want to do it. I generally start with a 4-hour, jump down to a 2-minute. And if I'm actively scalping something, I actually scalp on a 1-minute chart. So there's Pepsi. So there we go. I got a couple lines on there anyway, right? So you're welcome. I don't generally cover stocks here, but because you asked so nicely, I thought I'd do that for you today. How's that, Treasure Jefferson? Does that give you an idea there? That's how you do that. Take a look at it. Scroll out to a longer time period. Find multiple places where it touches. You can see here, like right here, this is copper, right? Wait a minute. Why not? Scared myself for a minute. I thought I was in the Russell trade. I'm walking away from an active trade. Same thing here. I'm worried about VWAP once it gets above VWAP. But again, this is kind of ugly here right now. Can I play on the break and hold above this? Yeah. Would I? Yeah. But I'd have a real tight stop just in case. Jump in, jump out kind of a thing. All right. So here's what I want to see. The break and hold above the 21. Go over here. If I'm going to go long on this, we'll go on the buy. Why that stop so big here? So as you can see, it's above the 9. I like to break and hold above the 9. Do I want to jump in this yet? Well, number one, I don't have my right L2 up either to help me make decision. Wasted time here. I get this thing all compressed and I can't tell where I'm at here. There we go. That's what I want. I'm buying. Again, see how all these orders are pretty much the same size. that doesn't give me much confidence it's going to go flying up or down one way or the other right now. I want to see a number that's larger, substantially larger than the others order-wise. And part of the reason is now we're in power hour too, right? People are exiting their positions. They don't want to hold overnight. So, the volume can get a little wacky here. It could shoot this thing. People could dump their orders and it can fall real far. And then they might jump in because now it's on sale and everybody will jump in and the can will shoot all the way up. You should never trade in the last hour of the day if you're an inexperienced trader. I don't trade in the last hour of the day. Of course, I do it here live for you guys, but with my real account, I don't generally. It's not that I haven't. I just don't do that because it's just the risk level is so high, especially in the last 15 minutes of the hour, that you can really wreck your account in a hurry. Can you make a lot of money doing it? Yep, you sure can. You can also wreck your account in a hurry. So because of that, I can wreck my account in a hurry. I try to stay away from it. Let's smash them like buttons. We're only up to 5,000. We need to get her up there today. We're halfway there. Thank you for that follow there. Not yo. Not your whatever. Some of you people have some hard to say names. Thank you for the likes, everybody, no matter what your name is. Oh, Miranda's over there on YouTube Live. Good to see you there, Miranda, one of our moderators who works behind the scenes. You don't hear her talk a lot. She's answering and taking care of tickets and membership questions and making video. She does all kinds of stuff. She's the one that keeps the corporation running behind the scene. All those millions of little things that you got to do to keep a legal corporation running. She's one of the key people that does that. She is Team ADT for sure. She lives here.
She also does our onboarding.
Yes, she does. For those of you that become new members, we have an onboarding class every week. It's scheduled. You can see it. And she will give you a walkthrough on how to get through around our Discord, the website, basics of everything that's in there to get you going. So we actually have an onboarding session for new members. Check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Grab that free Discord. Anyway, so we should have all kinds of people coming over there, Miranda. Let me know how many you get. They're all coming over to grab that free Discord as we speak. At where? AmericanDreamTrading.com. All right, what was I looking at? Russell. Russell's at a good spot if it would get volume and start selling off. Why? Because VWAP's up here, the 200's up there. Those are my top two indicators. And then I have the 55, the 21, and the 9. If it breaks and hold below the 9, I'm interested. Right there it is. That's the 9. It's breaking below it, but it hasn't held yet. So, and I'm again, now here I am on the, all right, let's go back to the Russell. So I can see what's going on. Nothing. No big orders there that's out of the ordinary. Can I do quick scalps? Yeah, but I prefer to wait for the setup. Why risk dollars to try to make a few pennies? So I'd rather wait and see how it's turning red to green. They haven't even decided yet. Now I'm getting some orders down here, 94s. Watching this number down here if I'm going to short it. It's a stronger short than it is a buy, but I'm not even going to short it yet because I'm looking at these numbers here. They haven't decided. Number one, it's got to break through this 93.9 level because that's where these other ones stopped at. But I really want to see it go below the 193. But I could snag, a couple dollars off it on the way if I really wanted to, right? All I got to do is click the button, right? There's 93.8s, right? No, it's the same thing going to happen because I jumped in there. We'll see, right? What I can do is I can do a very tight stop. That way, if it reverses on me, I'm not out on it. I normally don't run a stop that tight, but in this case, I will. See that? Boom. See how stop worked? Instantly, it went against me. Bang, it stopped me out. That's what stops are for. Now, why that happened? Because I had my stop way too tight. I told you that before I did that, right? So that's the thing you got to learn is how to place your stops. In other words, you got to have a distance between. Here, let me throw another one in here. Again, this is paper trading, so don't freak out, right? You have to understand how much room each thing that you're trading can move on average. Again, you can only do averages, right? You can never predict if you're going to get one of these ginormous candles like this, right? Most of them are half the size of that one. So you need to kind of know and learn how wide of a stop you need to give it room, what we call breathing, right? If you watch these candles, you see them pulsate up and down as they fight over the price. But there's an average, what we call an ATR, right? Um, with the Russell, it's generally like a dollar-ish, so 196 to 197. So I like to give it say $2. I like to make it wider to give it room. So, but I generally come in with a 25 tick stop, just as the standard stop, and then I can adjust it. Like if I go to gold, there's no way I'm having a 25. That's way too big for gold because gold it moves in tenths of points. Each one of their points are tenths, where these are quarters. So I like to keep 25 when I'm doing the indices just because of the volatility of it. Now the Russell's not as volatile. See, I'm up 150 bucks right now, right? 175. Now I can use my stop. This thing quit gyrating around. I was going to show you how you use your stop actually to lock in your profits. So we'll wait and see if this retracts back down. It's kind of in a bad spot. Now I'm down 100. So what you can do is I'll slide this down. You'll be able to see this number change. So I'm going to grab and hold this. It won't cancel it. But like I say, if this was pulling, it did cancel it out. All right, never mind. But you can use your stops and slide them once you get into the green, either up or down. And then if it comes back, it guarantees your profits. It locks your profits in. So let me try to show you this here. Go. So if this thing will move one direction, keep moving so I can show you profits. All right. Well, here's my stop loss, right? Okay. Now, how did I buy that on a limit? Let me change my setting here real quick to show so you can see what the profit is here. I normally don't have profit and losses turned on. No, that never executed. That's why. Let me slide that up. Put it on limit order for some reason. There, let me do this again. Let me get rid of that limit order. I usually buy on market. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm just going to throw it in. It's probably going to bounce off this level, but that's okay. And it did, right? So what I can do with your stops, again, this protects me from a sudden pullback, right? Now, when this gets above, when this turns green and gets enough room up here, I can move my stop up, and this will guarantee my profit at whatever that level. Watch this number change. See that plus 75? If it gets up here and I move it, you got to wait for it to get up past that so that I can lock in 150 or 175, whatever, and so forth and so on. So as this goes green, if this climbs up, I can move my stop up, let go of it, and then if it pulls back, at least I'm guaranteed $175 profit if it was here, and so on and so forth. So you move your stops after the fact, but you got to have enough room. You got to maintain that gap because it does. You can see how crazy it is right now. See how it pulsates up and down, stuff. So again, so that's the beauty of the stop. So now it also will, if it hits this, you watch, it'll close out my trade instantly. And I can't, so if I don't move this, I can't lose more than $350 in this trade. Right now I'm down 225. Let me slide this up here, see if it pulses down. So most I can lose is 325. If this wick even touches that level, it'll close my trade out instantly. And that's why you don't trade without stops, because you want to protect your downside. What you lose today, you can't trade tomorrow. Right? It's gone forever, right? You got to start all there. Boom. You see how that disappeared that quick? Bam. Didn't see that coming, did we? The L2 to give you an inkling. What happened there was a bunch people dumped a whole bunch of orders at one time. It was probably institutional trading, BlackRock or Fidelity or Vanguard or whatever, whoever. They had a level when it hit it to sell, take their profits, and that's what happened. Boom. And that's why you have a stop, because that was, well, here, let me give you an idea how much money that moved from here to there is 29 ticks. And how much is a tick worth of an E in the Russell? Moderators, what's it worth? I don't have my cheat sheet in front of me here. Around here somewhere. I got one over here. Hang on a minute. What's a Russell worth per tick? I got paper laying here. I got a bunch of stuff I'm doing.
50 cents on the micro.
Well, I'm doing the big boy one. So that's $5, right? So 37 times 5. That was a $185 move from the top of that candle down to the bottom. That's per contract. So I actually had 5 contracts, right? Times 5. That would have been a $925 loss had I not had that in there, right? By the time you saw how fast that happened live, right? Before I could even react, boom. I looked away for a second. I was literally just glance over here and that happened. So that's why you never trade without a stop. You always, always, always trade with a stop. You got to protect the downside. How do I know that? Where did I learn that at? AmericanDreamTrading.com. But that is Coach's #1 rule. Never trade without a stop. Did you know Coach had rules? If you want to be part of American Dream Trading and increase your odds of being successful, get no guarantees. I'm not saying because you join American Dream Trading you're going to be a millionaire. Never said that, never implied that, never will say that or imply that. But to increase your success, you need to protect your account, right? What you lose today, you can't trade. You can't trade today's money tomorrow if you lose it today, right? The coach does have 8 basic rules that you need to follow, and they're all, and he even mentions it, they're all meant there to help preserve your account. His rules are not there to make you money. So what are Coach's 8 rules? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me play Coach's rules. It's just a couple-minute video. Let me play you Coach's rules. Pay attention. Every one of these is very, very important. Write them down if you have to. Here we go. Coach's rules.
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? You're like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes, because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying woe is me. Stop saying I don't get it. Stop saying I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money, and it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right, and again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce. This is the golden nuggets, not the coach. Just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
Audio's gone, Mark.
Nobody told me I was muted. You can't see my lips moving? Finally, thanks, Ron. Nader. No, I had, and Greg, I had my mic muted again. Every time I play a video, you'd think I'd remember by now. But you see how I did that trade there. Even though there was no, I was talking through it. So, all right. Anyway, sorry, guys.
Doug told you.
Did he?
Yeah.
Where? I don't know. I didn't hear him. Sorry. Anyway, well,
popped in.
if you followed me more than 5 minutes, you'll know I do this all the time. I tried it. Well, honestly, what I'm doing is when you guys are watching videos, I'm taking a drink, right? And trying to get some fluids in me, talk like this, yakking. And then so I don't want you to hear me going slurp, slurp, slurp. So I mute my mic and then I don't unmute myself. That's what's really the real reason. Yeah, I need a sticky note. Yeah, I got enough notes. I got a whole stream deck right in front of me that clearly shows you my mic is muted. Matter of fact, I bought that for that reason, so I would know, because so that way I'm not up here touching my headset. Is it mute? Because I can mute my headset, right? Like all headsets, they got a button up here. I can go like that. Well, I never knew if it was muted or not, so I bought this Stream Deck toy. So, well, not only that, with a Stream Deck, I can make noises like that, right? So, anyway.
Are you not entertained? Are you
Mark,
not entertained?
they got a real heavy
Is that
sell-off.
why you were here?
Where what?
I said they got a real heavy sell-off on the Canadian dollar. 6C is the ticker symbol. 6C.
That would be currency, which I don't like trading in the afternoon.
I know, but I was shocked to see this though. 6C.
Currency just doesn't have the volume, because if I get in a bad spot on it with well, I got a level right down there at the 70205, and what's it doing there, Ralph?
That's what stopped it.
Look at that. I have a line there. What did it do? A historical line. I don't even trade this. I've traded it. I bet that one day I traded it heavy.
I don't know what caused the drop.
You can
but
see, I don't even have any lines up at this level. That shows you how long ago I traded that, right? But I do have one right there, and it bounced right off of it. Rejected. Look at that. Look at that. Historical levels matter. What happened? I don't see any news flash on my
yeah, I don't know
thing, and I don't see
I'll
any
let you know.
over here either. Yeah, it's hard to say. All right, the Russell's bouncing up. They all are. They're all coming in upward, but which one might be the better trade? Well, actually, the trend is down. That can break through VWAP. The Russell can break through VWAP here, and instead of I get above this green line here, which is, that's an old line. That shouldn't even be there. But anyway, it just so happens it's right at a level. So it's at a critical level with VWAP, again, being the strongest one. Yes, got more room to play if it continues to go up. Again, VWAP of the 200 is up here, so that's a bad thing there. But it's a decent trade. We call it 6-star trades. This is probably like a 2-star at the moment, 3-star. It's not horrible. I've seen worse, but pop a line there where that bottomed out at, right? I got a level here. I can see. What you want to look at is where does it touch multiple spots. Somebody asked me to chart out. I get this every day. Okay, can you chart out this or take a look at that? And it's stocks, which it's not that I can't. I did that with Pepsi. But what you want to do, and again, on a bigger time frame, go out like a day or 4 hours, and you want to find multiple touches. You can see it visually, right? So you want to scroll out enough that you can see right here, look how all these lined up, right? You can put a line, temporary line on there, right? And I can pop a line on there, right? Just like that. So that'll be a strong, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it hits at that level. So statistically, if this would happen to shoot up this far, that's a mile away, but the odds are that it'll reject again, right? Or it's been hitting it so many times, now it's going to break through. So, but that's there, and you need to react. I'll see if I don't want to the upside on this. Can I do the ES to the downside? Yeah, I can. I got to watch down at this level here. So I can, nothing to stop me from jumping in here, right? It's to the downside, everything. But the thing I didn't do, and this is which breaks my entry criteria, is I want a break and hold candle, which there's an indicator right here. So I'd want the break and hold below the 9. Now, I'm getting lucky here a little bit, but I got in a little bit too soon because of that, right? My entry could have been up here, right? So I didn't do the break and hold confirmation candle, which this is if it continues to go down. It is, but this hasn't definitively, easy for you to say, uh, candle for the downside. See how this is rejected? This is why you have to be patient and wait. All right. Again, sometimes you get lucky on your bad decisions, but you can't have FOMO. If you make a bad decision, you got to rip the Band-Aid and get out of it. See how just sitting here, how much money that costs just by looking at this? Again, fake money, but if you do this all the time, now I'm instilling a habit into myself, right? So even when you're paper trading, you want to stick to the rules, stick to the trading criteria. See that how fast that is? Down $1,000 there, right? So stick to your criteria. I did not get that break and hold confirmation below the 9, and see what happened. It literally went totally opposite way. Now, so very important. Plus, I had these levels right here, right, too. So, I could even draw
Mark, we
have
have you frozen on TikTok, and there's a question over on TikTok. What happens if I don't get out at the end of the day?
on futures. Nothing. If you have enough money in your margin account to have the overnight, what they call the overnight maintenance margin. Different brokers call it different things. If you have, like the ES would cost you $936 you have to have in your margin account. And at night you would have to have, what is it, 12,000 or something like that. Again, I have a chart right here. Let me explain this to you. I'll pop this chart up here. Again, those on Zoom call will not be able to see this, but I am going to screen share over here so that you guys can see it. So right here, this happens to see, here's my Weeble screen. I have lots of mini charts there. This is a little cheat sheet I made myself, just a quick reference guide for things that I commonly trade. So the ES, I have to have $963.60. Now these numbers have actually gone up in the last couple of weeks, but I have to have $963 in my margin account per contract. And of course, I have 5. I'm trading in groups of 5. Now to trade overnight for one contract, I have to have $16,000 sitting in my margin account. If I do, then I can hold that overnight, and then it'll, you can make money overnight, or you can lose money overnight, however you want to look at it, right? But brokers will have what they call an intraday margin, and then they have an overnight margin. Every broker does it a little bit differently, but the basics still apply. To hold something in the off hours, there's going to be an increased amount requirement in your margin account to be able to hold that. Now, if I only have $2,000 in my account and I got one for $963, obviously I don't have 16,000. So what happens is at the overnight, if you do not have that money, then they will close that future contract out for you automatically. Okay. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it's a good thing if you forget, right? But it could be not so good for you if it's closed at a bad spot, right? If they have to do it automatically, may not be to your best advantage, right? So you always have to make sure you have enough in your margin account if you're going to hold overnight. I've never had that problem because I never hold overnight. I don't hold on to nothing. I'm there. I mean, I'm lucky if I'm in a trade 5 minutes, let alone overnight. So that's how that works. So again, you don't have to have a certain amount in your account. All brokers, with the futures trading, as long as you have money in your account's still open. But to hold something overnight or to be able to trade a certain thing, you have to have that amount of money in your account. So, all righty, let's go. Yeah, Trading Pennies says she was going through the 2-minute EWO plays. She understands now what a 6, he, understands what a 6-star trade is. But what's the least amount needed on the second Evo bar, like the 9 to 21? Well, yeah, it's just you don't have to have a 6-star trade to take the trade, right? And what we're calling a 6-star trade is basically very simplified. It's below or above all your indicators. If you're going short, like this one here. Right now, it's below all my indicators. That's very good. It's below the 9 to 21.55 VWAP, and then there's the 200 up there. The other thing is I have to have good volume, right? That's not, even though volume's technically not one, you want to see movement, right? So this could be considered a 6-star trade. It's broke below every one of those. If VWAP was down here, would I still take the trade? If we've already seen that live today, right? Let's just say VWAP was sitting down way down here. Well, yeah, I can still take the trade. We just don't call that a 6-star trade. That's just our own little thing. It's not an official. It's just not as strong, right? Because now I'm limited by VWAP on my downside, right? Because it's such a strong indicator, or the 200. That doesn't mean it can't blow through them. It just makes it a little weaker trade. I would still take it. If VWAP was down here, I'd still take the trade because right now I'm in a downtrend, right? So, and it's getting, well, now it's getting hour power. So we are in hour power. So it's hard to say, where this thing can go. I can put an order in here and this thing can drop like a rock, or because it's at where it's at right now, people may start buying into it because it's on sale. That's why I don't trade the power hour. And you heard Coach say the same thing. You don't trade, in the first half hour. If you're inexperienced, you don't trade in the last hour, especially the last 8 to 10 minutes of the day. You shouldn't be in it because you don't know what's going to happen. This thing can really go berserk, right? And we've seen that happen here live. So it's just not good to do that, right? Why risk it? Why risk your account? If I told you had a 60% chance of losing money, would you take that bet? Well, no, right? Because the odds are higher for me losing money, right? But why risk it, right? So again, everybody risk tolerance is different. I've been trading for 2 years and I do not actively trade in the last hour of the day at all. Just don't. Well, the real reason I don't trade in the last hour of the day is because I'm done trading in the morning, early morning. That's why there's no need for me to come in here and trade in the hours. So here I go. This is see what we got. We got a 91 down here, full, and I'm on the wrong one. What am I in? I'm in the ES. I got it. This is a problem. I'm not paying attention here. Plus that, and I got everything squinched together here. Can't see what I'm doing. Taking me longer than I need to check on them. Up $250. Will I take that right now because it's sitting there? Yep. Bang. They're locked in 250. Can I re-enter the trade? Yep. I can re-enter the trade if I want. You got this level down here. The ideal thing would have been to wait for the break and hold below this level. But that's the thing with futures. You can jump in and out, in and out, in and out, right? Because the minute I exit the trade, that money is instantly credited to my account. It's instant settlement of funds. Unlike trading stocks or stock options, it doesn't settle till the next day. You got to wait. Once you use up your account, you got to wait till the whole next day before you pull the money out. So right here, I'm going to wait here. I can take this 187.50. All right, I'm going to wait here. It's going to break through. Let me see if this doesn't hold here. I am going to exit out of this trade in a hurry, and didn't want to. I'll take that. I lost 62 because I waited too long, but it didn't break and hold, so that's not a good thing. All right, take the money, get out. Real life, I would have clicked that right away. Soon it was up a couple ticks, I would have got in and out. Everybody in American Dream Trading knows I lock in profits. I don't ride things to the moon, right? So we know that right now that this is a tougher level. It's a point of support that it just doesn't, which I don't know why. I mean, it ain't that strong. I don't know what the issue. What's wrong with these people? Something I ain't seeing there. I mean, it's still a support level, right? Just doesn't want to break through it. Can I jump back in and scalp that down to the bottom again? Oh yeah, I could, right? I could do that all day long, right? Boom, just locked in 125 bucks. See how fast I did that? Hope you didn't blink. I mean, 125 bucks. What'd it do? Bounced right off that level again. I don't trade like that though. That's not my style. You see Coach do it all the time. He'll throw a $10,000 trade in for a fraction for literally seconds. Happens so fast that you can't see it. I don't jump in. I do jump in and out, but I don't jump in and out like that. You saw I did it. That was I was just showing off. I don't trade that way. I heard a hand pop up. Doug, got your hand up. Comment, question.
Yeah, Trading Pennies over on YouTube is asking, going through the rules for the 2-minute EWO plays. I understand the 6-star, but what would be the least needed on the second highest EWO bar? 9 greater than 21?
Asked and answered. Might not heard
Exactly.
me. Yeah, I already answered that.
Excellent. Never mind.
It's all right. Good. Thank you for reading it. Yeah, basically you want the 9, the 21, 55, VWAP, and the 200 on the opposite side of where you're at in that order, just like you see here. Okay. If I'm playing to the downside, really stronger trade is when these things are away from you. So if I'm going down, I want the things all above me. In the order of stronger trade, you want the 9, then in numerical order, basically 9, 21, 55. There's VWAP and the 200. If I'm going up, I want the same thing, just the inverse, right? But it's still 9, 21, 55, VWAP, 200. Now these two can be flipped around, but the stronger trade is that way in numerical order as you look at it, right? 9's above the 21 and is above 55, above VWAP, above 200. That's a stronger trade. And that is the case in this one here, the downside, right? So same thing here. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Same thing, 9, 21, 55. See that? Those are all great trades, great positioning for great criteria. Let's put it that way. Same thing here. See, downhill, downside trade for shorting. Now it's pulling up a little bit, but still the 9, 21, 55. There's you out there, right? You can look at all these, and that helps you make a decision. Here's crude oil going to the upside. I have the 9, 21, 55, 200, and VWAP, right? We're going to go ahead and look at silver, right? Same thing. Now, here's a little bit different. This is silver can get really funky. I got the 200 down here, but I got VWAP up here, and it's in an uptrend. But I do have the 9 to 21 and the 55. This is good that this is down here, but what makes it a weaker trade, ignoring this level here that I have drawn, is VWAP is up here, so that's limiting my potential short-term upside. It can go up there and break, but there's also a strong level here. So in this case, here's one of the indicators that's out of whack, which is VWAP, which is also the strongest one. Now, I would still take that trade to break off the 9, break and hold above 9. I would take that trade every day. I don't have to worry about it. Well, I don't have to. Technically, I don't have to be that concerned until it approaches VWAP or a level, right? So there's a negative against that as being as strong as these other trades that we're looking at, where they're all on the one side away from. So this is what ideally you'd want to see, right? When you do the downside. Right? Here's the same thing here. What do we got going here? Where's my 200? It's up there too, right? So again, 9, 21. There's a 255 VWAP, all above where I'm at on a short to the downside if I was in this trade. Not, but if I was, that's a good thing. So it doesn't have to mess with anything as it drops. Now, if it's going to reverse course, it's got to fight all these things, right? And that's a tough thing to do. That's why you want to trust your indicators for giving you guidance on a trade. Okay. Now the Russell's up breaking in here between all these, so I wouldn't even take this trade. To me, the Russell's dead right now till it breaks back and holds below the 21 and would come over here. So it's dead to me. See, it's kind of wanting to go up. People are wanting to throw money at it, but me, I'm not going to enter that trade just for that reason. It's not a good setup for me. Again, being patient pays off. Same thing's happening with the ES right now. I'm sure the NASDAQ looks the same way. Well, NASDAQ's actually below. See the NASDAQ? Here's a VWAP 200. Here's all my other 921.55 VWAP. So this is in a good position. If it can break through that, that could be a trade potential there, right? I could go into a short on that if I wanted to, right? So, again, I might not be able to buy 5 anyway, but I don't know how much I got in my. And Oh, it did fill it. Ooh, get that out of the road. Oh, wait a minute. That was a 25 tick. That's what that said, didn't it? So, got in on a limit order. So that didn't even fill. So I can slide this down. I'm chasing this candle. Happened there. Disappear. I must have clicked the X. I don't do limit orders usually. I'm almost always market order. So let's just say I'm going to jump in here. Oh, I see what's happening. Never mind. I don't have enough money in my fake account to buy 5 contracts for some reason. I don't know. Anyhow, so there I go. So now I can use my stop to lock in my profits if it drops far enough. But I still have to give it a gap in between because it'll just do this and you get stopped out too soon. Now I'm up 375, I'm up 450, $300. See how much that price gyrates, because these candles, you got to give it room to breathe. So you got to watch where you put your stops, and you'll learn how to do that with time and experience. You know how much these things move. Nasdaq really moved. I mean, its ATRs twice of what the ES and the Russell is. So you have to have a really wide stop. Especially, see, the bad thing is you had this huge candle there that really pulled back. I keep mine between the 9 and the 21. So I'm going to leave that way up there out of the way. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Well, I don't want it to get that far. I won't let it get that far. But I'm going to sit here. I'm going to lock in. I can lock in this profit right now. See how fast it. Watch this number here, just to show you how the volatility of the Nasdaq is. All right, I'm up $500 now, 480. I was waiting for it to pull back up, but there's 600. See how Nasdaq pays very well, but it'll also take away your money very well too, right? That's why you don't trade without stop. So I can lock that in. There's $570. Bang, lock that in, right? Can I keep doing that? Yeah, I mean, I don't have any lines down here. I don't like that fact. I don't know if there's a level here without scrolling out and looking. Looks like you got one about right in here, right? Somewhere below that anyway. So again, this is the last 5 to 7 minutes of the day. Very risky, very highly volatile. You can make a lot of money. You better have a stop, right? And I'm going to keep my finger right on the button every time. If this pauses for a second, I'm taking my money. Bang, it paused. There, just locked in $300. Jump back in again if I want. Again, I have a stop. Look at that. There's 75. It's pulled back. There's 90. They're shot back down to, let me move this chart up here. See it moving. Again, 270, 300, 400, right? It's sitting there. If it pauses, look, I'm watching the L2 over on the side, but I got the wrong one up again, so I can't even judge. There we go, right there. That'll be the right one. So I'm up 180. I'm getting a green candle. I would have already got out of this trade, you know. So there we go. I'll lock in 150. Okay. Rinse and repeat all day long.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Caught a 6 contract move all the way down for about $1,600.
All right. On NASDAQ?
ES.
Oh, same difference, right? Moving the same way.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're pretty much mirrors of each other to a certain extent. Not every day, but
Yep. That solved a lot of woes from today.
Again, I got to stop in here in case it pulls back. I'll keep it up on this candle here, right? This is the dangerous part of it. See, this is the last 10 minutes of the day. This can shoot way up there. So if I'm down here, I'm going to take profit as I see it, because I'm going to lock it in there. Hesitate. I got out of that hat too soon, didn't I? Look at that. Look at what I missed out on. That's okay. I'm going to wait for that pause a little bit. It'll probably pull back. See that? When you get them big candles, they like to pull back, and it'll probably pull back to the top of this line that I have on my chart. Okay? So there's my stop loss, right? I'm going to leave it. What did I do? Did I click? How did that happen there? I did something wrong. Let me jump back in. Maybe I clicked the button by accident. There we go. I probably had my mouse on the X'd myself out. So there you go. So when this volatile part of the day, I mean, you saw how that flew down and pulled back right out of the way. All right. This is why you can actually wreck your account if you're not careful, right? So now I'm down $500, right? Because I was not paying attention. Now, what number am I at there? 435.75. What? 435. Wow, that's way up there. So you can see the prices kind of stalling out there. Oh, here comes 36. Might have a little bit of hope here, maybe. Right now I'm trading on hopium. I'm down $200 right now. So as this changes around, if I see any green, I'm watching over here. Is there any big orders over there? You could get a whole big somebody dump an order in here like right now, bam, and it'll just dump or shoot the other way. This is why you don't trade in this time of the day. Why I don't trade. The risk is not worth it. Again, if this was my real money, I wouldn't be doing this. You might say, why? Look how good you're doing, right? There's 165 just locked in. But you do good when we watch. Well, yeah, but it's different when it's paper money. That's all I can tell you, right? Again, I always have a stop here to protect me. I'm going to come up here just in case, right? That's a couple grand I would lose, but there's 240. It's sitting there pausing. I'm locking it in. There's 285 I just locked in. I can sit here and keep doing this all day long if I wanted to, right? I'm just waiting. What I'm waiting on is a giant pullback. That's what I've tried to show you, but it just keeps going down. So, whatever. There, I'll lock in $105. Bang, bam, thank you, ma'am. All right, keep jumping in here. I'm watching the L2 out of my eye over here a little bit. I see the numbers still wanting to go down. 421 now is the bottom number. 419s they're teetering now. Now they're getting bigger. 22, 23. And I'm gonna lose money on this trade. 22. It's teetering there. 23. I'm watching over here. 22, 21. That's good. Need to get down to whatever number I got in there. I can't see.
There's a big wall at 6,000 on ES.
Is there?
Yeah, so it's probably bouncing in the same area. Relative.
420s. I want to see. Stretch this out a little bit here so I can see what the number is. 420. There I'm up $45. Now I'm down 15. Now I'm up 45. Now I'm up 15. Now I'm up 30. Right? 418. I'm watching 416. This is going to pull big time. There we go. 255, 240. Locked it in. Bang. Okay. So you have to decide quick sometimes if you're a scalper. Now, if I was playing a 2-minute EWO using Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy, I would have got in back here and just leave it go until it tells me to get out, right? Which you have to learn how to do that. My entry would have been up here. I could have just sat back as long as it stayed below the 9 and held it below the 9. I could have just sat in here and would have had a less stressful experience than me trying to play off a candle or two. So this would have been my entry right here on Coach's 2-minute EW strategy, which I don't have time to explain to you right now. I have to come back and ask later. It did break above the 9 there. I would have got out, but I would have re-entered again on the break below the 9, and I could have rode that. It never did break and hold above the 9 the rest of the way. I could have literally sat there and rode that down. So that kind of gives you an idea what scalpers do, right? I'm a scalper, so. What's the best time to call it quits for the day? 5 p.m. or Eastern time, because that's what time the market closes for futures.
Half hour after market open.
yeah. Don't get in, period, right? The futures market is closed for an hour between 5 and 6 Eastern time, and then it reopens at 6, and you can start trading again. I love trading in the evenings, generally around, and I know we're over our time here, but generally I like the trade that when the market opens in the evening, that's where I make the bulk of my money at. Other than the day, I actually traded during the day, made bulk of my money during the day. But usually around 7 to 10-ish in the evenings Eastern time, because we traded metals a lot in the evenings. I love trading the metal sector, oil sector, currencies. I traded the euro. I made a lot of money off the euro last night. And today? Did I do the euro today, or was that today? I don't know. I can't remember. And then, of course, market open like 4 a.m.-ish in the morning, and it'll pick up. And then, of course, 9:30 Eastern time when the New York session opens. 2 a.m. session, which I don't get up for, is when the London market opens. I mean, you got to sleep sometime, right? So, yeah, you'll learn, especially with futures, what things tend to move at what times of the day, general. You'll get a general feel for it. That's why there's a lot of us trading in the evenings. We're in by the way, paid membership has privileges. We have a live chat for our futures group that we get in there and talk about trades and do a holler out saying that, oh, this is moving or that's moving, or somebody have a level here. I don't have a level on my chart, and somebody can tell them what the level is. We don't tell each other what to buy or sell, or when to get in and get out, but we are able to communicate that way. Occasionally, we'll have a live Zoom in the evenings, which we did last night. So there's all kinds of benefits for paid membership. Check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. By the way, this ends our today. We're done for the day. You can go back and review this video and any other past videos. We are on live 3 times a day, 9 to 11 with Coach. I'm here from 2 to 4. And the aftermarket show, it will be at 5 o'clock tonight, Eastern time, over on YouTube on our American Dream Trading channel. So check it out. Go over and say hi to Dawn. Tell her you came from the future. She'll know what you meant. So the 2 a.m. Eastern time, that's when the London market opens. So shortly after that, that's good for like currencies and different things. The 2 a.m. Yeah, just pull up a chart, look at the euro or whatever. You'll see an increase in volume, 2 a.m. Again, the Eastern time, 9:30 New York time is obviously the most volume. So, yeah, check it out. Just grab a couple charts you think you might want to trade and just kind of track it, right? It doesn't cost you any money to look at a chart. So, take care of that. Anyway, thank you all for being here today. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share these feeds every day. At the conclusion of this live broadcast, as of all our live broadcasts here at AmericanDreamTrading.com, are immediately available for review at the conclusion of the broadcast. So, thank you all for being here. Make sure anybody that you come in contact with, that you try to make their day better. You don't know what they're hiding behind that smile that they're giving you. So, try to be a positive influence with those that you come across. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel, and we will see you tomorrow. See ya.